Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Levi here from the TheWocclan. Today I'm going to be bringing you the next installment of the Pavelow gun show. Today we're going to be using the M16A4, almost said the M4A1 there, and I'm going to be using the kind of cheap setup for getting it. It's the attack helicopter, the AH-6, and the Pavelow. I only am going to be using the quote-unquote more cheap setup when I'm not going to feel very confident in getting the gameplay. And as you can tell here, I wasn't very confident. This is probably the worst or the second worst assault rifle. I didn't have any proficiency on it, and I didn't have any attachment on it. So as you're going to see, I play very defensively. Now, you need to play defensively with this weapon no matter what, even if you do have all these good things and you're good with it, because it's a burst weapon, and not only that, it's a very slow burst weapon. The bursts come out very, they're so lethargic with each burst, but it's pretty powerful within each burst, so if you can land one solid burst on somebody, you're pretty much guaranteed a kill. So, yeah, anyway, that's the gameplay. So, I started off really well, and then I ended it pretty bad, so I just cut out the first part of the gameplay, but I hope you guys enjoy. So, anyway, today's topic is going to be about how I got better at Call of Duty. Now, I know this is a lot of different things, but I'm going to try and start back as far as I can remember, and then come up till now. So, when I first got Call of Duty, or when I first started playing Call of Duty, I should say, on the Wii, I would play every game and I'd go something like between 0 and 4 kills and between, I don't know, 10 and 35 deaths. Most people do something like that, maybe not that bad, but that was the very first time I played Call of Duty. I knew nothing about the maps. I knew nothing about how red dots worked on the mini map or stuff like that. I had no idea about spawns or any of that sort of stuff. Pretty much I was just looking for people and shooting them if I could find them. So, as I started watching more YouTube videos on it, just because I kind of got interested at Call of Duty, and I was amazed when people would be able to get things like attack dogs and Black Ops, I started to learn more about the maps. Now, when you watch people's gameplay, you can learn a lot about the maps. Even if you're not the one playing, you can learn so much from the way they play. One thing that you'll learn is the maps and how they play, and that's pretty much any gameplay you watch. Another thing you'll learn about is the play style and the spawns. So, first of all, I watched a lot of extras when I was first learning about YouTube. First learning about Call of Duty. Extras was the main person I was watching, and he did two things very well. First of all, he was a very smart player in knowing the spawns. He knew where the other team was going to come from, and he was rarely ever caught off guard. Most of his deaths would be things like dying from Ghost or Second Chance, and that's why he complained about him so much. But he was a very talented player in that he knew what the heck was going on with the spawns. And then the other thing that he was very talented in is he was a smart player, I don't know how to call it, a smart mental player. So, if you guys don't know, there's a lot of ways you can psych out a player. Here's a perfect example. So this guy's coming at me, and I'm able to just back up from him, being smart, knowing that at a long range, his shotgun, it does completely nothing to me. So what I did there was I backed up as he was shooting at me, making sure that his weapon was, unable to do anything against me. Now, I know a lot of people would probably just head on that gunfight, try and shoot him with an M16, get lucky, but you have to play smart in that regard, and a lot of those things I learned from extras. And as I started to learn more people were in the community, I watched them, and each one of them had different things to offer, but extras was the first person and the main person I devote most of my learning to. Now, some other things that have gotten me there is as I've watched more Call of Duty stuff, around Modern Warfare 3, I became about a 1.5 KD player or so on average. Now, obviously, my KD in-game is going to be lower than that because of many things that go wrong and stuff, but I became about a 1.5 to a 1.25 KD player. Now, this was obviously the average player, I would say, because there's a couple noobs, but the average is probably about 1 to 1.25, and I was happy with that, but I wanted to be better. I couldn't get Pavelows readily. If I got a Pavelow or something, I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's a Pavelow, and I'd start freaking out. But now I've kind of gotten to the point where, I expect myself to get a Pavelow every other game if I'm trying to go for it. And that's my philosophy with kill streaks. I think you should be able to get your highest kill streak every other game. So whatever kill streaks you need to use for that to be true is what you should be using. Now, the last thing I want to say is that I started playing more defensively overall. That's how I got better games, guys. You can't just run out in the middle of the open. Know your lines of sight. So, as you can see here, this whole gameplay, I've pretty much just been looking down long lines of sight, and that's how I've been getting my kills. This last one here, I get really lucky, and I managed to stay alive somehow. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much the video. I want to just emphasize, though, there's 3 things that I talked about for getting better. First of all, you got to watch people in the middle of the open. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode of the Pavelow Gun Show. I hope you guys enjoyed. This one took me a while to get, being that it's the M16 and all. And so yeah, if you guys want to leave a nice comment or a like or something like that to let me know you enjoyed it, that'd be great. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.